I believe a couple that has been married for some while should be able to call themselves back when one of them is going out of the line, right? I encountered a couple yesterday and I was really disappointed at the whole situation, right? Now, listen to what happened. When I closed from shore, so I was returning home. I was with my children, right? So we we turned at the turning point. Now a man started shouting that, madam, you've hit my car. And I didn't hear any noise. Like I was like, what? You hit your car? How? Then I parked. Then coming down, I checked my front number and there was nothing. Nothing there. Then he drove down a little bit and I also checked his car and trust me, his car was not injured in any way because I was turning already. I was turning and I was at the point of finishing the turning, right? Well, because I had to reverse, because the place he parked was a very wrong place to park. Like it was at the point of that turning, at the point of that junction, and that road was four junction. Like there's a road coming down like this, there's another road like this, and there's another road like this, and the man was parked there, just at that turning point there, you know. So I myself, I was just being careful with his car, because I saw the car was parked there. So I don't know the reason he parked his car there. So, and I was also calculating my back because I had to go front a little bit for me to reverse, then go once because there are other vehicles at my back, at the other side and at the other side, So when the man said that, I had to go and park to check what he said. And when I came down, I was just, what happened? Because there was no injury in the car, not in his own, Then since he said so, I had to say sorry. I told him sorry. I told him sorry that I didn't know the car was that close before I reversed. And this man picked it up that he's not taking sorry for anything. I mean, I was like, sir, the place you parked was not the right place to park. And I've said sorry. Nothing happened to your car, And he was just talking. Then the traffic controlling officer came and told me that I should leave the man and go because there was nothing there. There was no case there, you know. Then the man turned to the officer and started insulting this man, then telling the man that I should move an inch, that I should move an inch and that we will see what will happen. Then I told him that, Mr. Man, even if you are the major general, that you cannot do anything. Given the situation of where you parked, and even if I brushed your car, that you cannot do anything, even if you are a major general. I told him, because there was no injury in his car. I don't know, like the way some people behave, your shame, they shame me, oh, to be honest with you, over something very, something very minor, you know, he should be the one telling me sorry, self. You know, he should be the one being sorry. And he was just ranting. Hey, we'll go to station. We'll go to station. It was just a man that came and told him that, okay, this station you're talking about, if you go to station, you get yourself into trouble before the man comes back. You know, because the situation, of course, he was the one at fault. And thankfully, the car was not even harmed. His car was not harmed at all. You know, I was just, the whole situation got me so thinking that what if I truly hit that car? That what if I inflicted injury on that car? What would have happened? You know? And what if I don't have the capacity to repair whatever that spoiled if I truly hit his car? That what would have happened? Like, you know, the thought really got into me. This is a small world. We'll still meet. We don't know where we are going to meet tomorrow. Right? And I hope that day comes because I want to see the face in which you will see me. Come on, people do. Like people do. If you are to calculate his behavior that yesterday, it is -9/0. I tell you. Like if you had to be weighed with that behavior yesterday, you will weigh -9/0, Mr. Man. Honestly. See, let's forget about the man and his character, right? I sincerely appreciate you all that reached out to me that yesterday. I appreciate you all. And that video, I made that video not because of the man's car or whatever, because nothing happened to the car and I didn't pay for anything because there was nothing to pay for, right? But I was just so emotional about the whole situation. Like I was just thinking that what if I really damaged that car and I don't have the capacity to repair the car? Like what would have happened? Like what would have happened, you know? So like I was just so emotional about his behavior. Like I was just thinking, thinking that what if, And I also remembered when my own car was seriously damaged, where I parked it, very out of the way, in normal parking, I remember the whole situation. I remember so many times that people have brushed my car, and I I didn't even allow them to say sorry more than once, you know. And you know, so I was just thinking that, and I was, to be honest with you, I didn't know the man would react that way because he looked responsible not until he opened his mouth, So that was it, That's just by the way. That's just by the way. Let's forget about the man, forget about the whole situation. I appreciate you all. And of course, just watch out for our funny content, right? Let's lit this environment, with some funny stuff. Okay, let's leave that behind us. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for the care. Thank you so much for the love. This man, he did not know that I have family. Hey, this man don't know that I get friends with Gala. And even where this thing happened, it was even my area. And my area, the thing happened, just that it's slightly dark and I wouldn't want the situation to escalate. I wouldn't want to get people involved, and I wouldn't even want to get my husband involved because my husband, when I came back, my husband was like, "Why didn't you call me?" I said, For what, man?" So thank you all so much for caring. I love you all so much. Thank you all.